everyone! In this video, I will be explaining how plastic affects the environment and that the amount we use and produce is unsustainable. I will also propose solutions to reduce plastic. This is an important topic on a global scale since it's found practically everywhere. Plastic pollution should be taught more so that more people begin to care and have the desire to help our environment. Part 1. You might be asking yourself, what even is plastic? Well, plastic is made up of compounds called polymers, which are formed from monomers. Monomers are singular compounds that are interconnected by chemical reactions. When monomers are strung together, they form polymers. And polymers are diverse structures in a sense that they all have different properties. Some of those polymers, the ones mainly found in plastic, take hundreds or even thousands of years to fully break down, which is why they pollute the environment. These polymers make up the many plastic products you see every day, whether it be in a store or at your own home even. Essentially, plastic is just an abundance of materials composed of polymer-containing compounds. Part 2. But Alexa, why do companies even use plastic for their products anyways? I'll tell you why. For starters, plastics can have lots of flexibility, which allows products, mainly food, to be preserved and have a longer shelf life. Plastic is also pretty durable, meaning that it can travel safely in transit. From a business's standpoint, many choose to use plastic for their products because 1, it's cheap, and 2, it has a long shelf life, as I've mentioned. With cheap costs and long shelf life, businesses make more profit. This viewpoint absolutely needs to change if we want our environment to survive and grow healthily. Part 3, be asking yourself, why do we need to change and reduce plastic? Lots of people are unaware as to how horrible plastic pollution is to our environment. Once plastic is dumped into our environment, it can make its way to practically anywhere, including the ocean. Plastic shouldn't be in the ocean at all because it endangers the marine life. Sea creatures have a now higher risk of ingesting, suffocating, or even getting entangled in plastic. Research indicates that more than 1,500 aquatic species have been affected by plastic. This isn't good. To make matters worse, plastic even harms us humans. According to the United Nations Environment Program, microplastics have been discovered in multiple parts of the human body, known as the liver, the kidney, and even the placenta. How does it even get inside of us? Microplastics can make their way into our bodies through an abundance of methods, including through the food and water we consume. We've also discovered chemicals that are known to be in plastic can leach into our tap water. Plastic has also been known to cause mental/development, immune, and reproductive disorders. Part 4, our final part. Now that you know a bit more about plastic pollution, I'll tell you some ways on how we, as a society, can reduce plastic pollution. While it may not seem like much, recycling can actually go a long way. Did you know that if you live in Subang County, they do take certain kinds of plastic, specifically number 1 and number 2. Our expert, Steve Orcutt, will go into further about how they recycle plastic and what they do with it. Number 1 and number 2 plastics are called PET, commonly found in water and soda bottles, food containers, and even some jars. Those plastics are then crushed into a large cube to be sent to a company who will use that plastic to be made into lumber, carpet, clothing, and many other items. Unfortunately, the dump does not take every single kind of plastic due to no companies wanting to buy said plastic. Expert Steve Orcutt also mentions the Product Stewardship Program and the extended producer responsibility and what their roles are. Product stewardship minimizes health, safety, environmental, and social impacts of a product's life cycle. Extended producer responsibility is a mandatory/legislative form of product stewardship that places the primary financial responsibility for the product. I will now explain other ways to reduce plastic pollution. Two very important ways are 1. Not buying from fast fashion, and 2. Using your own metal water bottle to refill your water. With solutions also comes some setbacks, unfortunately, some of which are sorting through plastic can be a complicated process for underdeveloped countries, so they don't usually do it. It is also not possible to ban every single product of plastic, so it's always going to exist. On the bright side, if we start now, our environment can get better. Let's work hard to create more sustainable practices. And that is it from me. Thank you for listening, and hopefully you've learned something new.